afternoon. I'm Anna Morgan, your Career BFF. Today is day 9 of the Career BFF Advent Calendar of activities, and we are talking about sharing your leadership voice on LinkedIn. I am going to give some insights, best practices, answer questions, all about sharing on LinkedIn and creating content, mostly going to focus on just a text post. So if you have questions about how do you structure a post, what are some of the best practices in formulating the storytelling elements in a text post, this is the live for you. So I am so happy to be here. I am in Atlanta, Georgia. I have been a recruiter for 15 plus years, most of my years on the agency side, and just about 3 years on the corporate talent acquisition side. So I have worked on both sides of the recruiting desk, and I am hyper passionate about serving career misfits who really want to become incredible job closers and create results and fast track opportunities. And we do that by getting really clear about what they want, focusing on self-care and self-love, as well as building a personal brand that is magnetic and attracts your ideal hiring managers and recruiters that will facilitate great conversations and opportunities. So I am so glad to be here. This is going to be short and sweet. I don't know about y'all, but this has been a long week already. We are in full force recruiting mode, setting up interviews, extending offers, all kinds of great things are happening for job seekers right now. So part of the reason I created the Career BFF Advent Calendar was to give you some guideposts to keep you focused on little micro activities to keep that momentum going through the holiday season. So today's tip is share on LinkedIn, make a post. So my recommendation I hear from a lot of my clients is, you open up that little text box and all of a sudden you get like all this anxiety and nerves, and you're like, oh my gosh, what if somebody sees? What if they think it's dumb? What if I spell something wrong? I mean, all the fears come up, right? So for those of you that are just getting started in sharing your leadership voice, this is a great topic. Hey, I'm so glad you're here. Brian Fink in the house. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. We need to grab lunch again soon. So back to sharing on LinkedIn. Now, you have, I don't remember how many characters now, but they increased the character count. So you can practically write an entire blog post on LinkedIn nowadays. But sometimes, length is great. Short and sweet and to the point is awesome as well. I know Brian puts together some great posts as well that, are right to the point and make you think. And that is the whole reason to share your content, your ideas, your career journeys, your thought leadership voice on LinkedIn, because it attracts your tribe, right? So my recommendation for people just starting out is to do something really simple, such as highlighting super cool, awesome people in your network. So in the past, I have done a Sunday is for sharing post, and I really enjoyed it because one, it's easy, and most of us are networking daily, weekly with connections that we meet here on LinkedIn. And this is a perfect way to highlight them to your community and be a, advocate or a connector to introduce them to more people in your network. And it's not a hard thing to do. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that, and I will give you a little bit of content tips. I have to give Judy Fox credit because all of this I learned from her. But as we scroll through the news feed, those first couple lines before you see that magic see more function in the post is to really provide a strong, clear, optimized hook. Like make a statement to grab someone's attention, make it clear what the post is going to be about, what your intention is. And usually that statement can be something that even if someone didn't click into the see more button and read the entire post, you still may get a social like, thumbs up, claps, love, support, those types of things. So having that hook worthy language that, just really invites the reader into your post to want to get to know more about what you have to say is really important. So a lot of times you just have to play around with things and test things out. LinkedIn is constantly changing. And through my journey, I started to get really visible on the platform probably in November of 19. And tried different things out, and messy action is better than no action. Okay. So you also want to have some kind of like intrigue and flow and storytelling that relates to that hook, right? That, keeps us in that post and keeps us reading. And the reason I recommend, shouting out other people in your network that you've enjoyed having a coffee chat with, or sent you a referral, or even a recruiter that you had a great experience with. When we are other focused and we celebrate other people, LinkedIn really seems to like that. For people just starting out sharing their post on LinkedIn, this is a great way to build your confidence to then start moving into, more complex or more in-depth storytelling types of post. So you have, I think it's 1,300 characters. And one of the things that I struggled with when I first started creating content was I wanted to tell you everything that was in my head in one post. And so I have learned through trial and error, because, a lot of times I'm like, oh my God, this post is going to do so great because I've spent so much time on it. And then it falls flat, right? So you really never know. But you want to say things once and have a singular topic that you're focusing on in that text post. And if you can share a story with a collective like us energy, that seems to do much better on the platform as well. So LinkedIn also likes to see your text breathe on the platform. So I don't know if this is because we have all been conditioned with consuming so much social media that our attention spans are really short. So it's easier for us to digest what you're saying if you space out the text in the post. So that is something to consider. Try to avoid real long paragraph style form because it overwhelms your reader, and you want the reader to stay on your post, read the whole thing, and engage in the comments. So a lot of times when you're shouting out or doing a post where you're highlighting other people, you will be able to tag them in the post. Oh, my dogs are barking because the yard people are here. So apologies for that. Murphy seems to want to eat the people that are blowing the leaves. So, and this is Murphy. Let's see if I can show you. That's Murphy right there, my 95-pound black lab pit mix, protector of the house. All right, so back to LinkedIn tips summarized. So we've talked about letting your text breathe. We're moving towards bringing people into the conversation. you want to tag them, right? And I recommend a lot of times early on, probably about a year and a half ago, you would see these big blue blobs of tags, right? Most commonly, you see those in the comments, but when you're making a post, it's recommended that you tag the person and give each person their own line, or just tag them in the sentence where you're speaking about them. So let me know if that makes sense. Yes, Murphy is being very loud right now, and I'm home alone, so I can't do anything about it. Also, when you're making your text post, you can use emojis, dashes, arrows, all caps, different types of formatting to really highlight the important information in that text post, okay? Now, if you are making a post about a specific topic, right? Maybe you're focused on an experience you had with a recruiter. So you want to use the search bar on LinkedIn and research those hashtags before you actually use them in your post. A lot of people will just create their own hashtag, recruiters are awesome, and there's no one actually following that hashtag. So if you do a quick search in the search bar with the hashtag keywords that you're looking for, it will tell you how many followers are engaging in that hashtag. And hashtags, as I understand it, are kind of like file folders on LinkedIn. So when you use hashtags, that post should show up under that specific hashtag, that where it's tagged, essentially. So if you are an entrepreneur like myself and have a personal hashtag like hashtag CareerBFF, you can use that. And then anytime someone follows hashtag CareerBFF, any post that I have created with that hashtag will show up in one place. So that is really awesome. Now, the other thing I commonly see on the platform is like, yay, you got the courage to make a post. And then you post and you ghost. And you don't want to do that. Why is that? Because you want to warm up the conversation, keep the conversation going. So a best practice is to make your own first comment. Be the first person on the dance floor and set the stage. And in the comments, you can invite more people into the conversation to contribute to what you are sharing. So for example, if I made a post and it was about recruiting, I could tag Brian Fink and say, Brian, what are your thoughts about this particular topic? He gets a notification and engages in the post. And I stick around and try to reply to all of those comments. So it's a great best practice when you make that post. Stick around and respond to the people in real time as they engage in your post, because it's kind of like that law of reciprocity. The more we give back to other people, the more they're going to keep coming back to our profile and engaging with us and supporting us through that process. So if you're interested in my little PDF that is LinkedIn tips summarized, just comment, I'd like a copy, and I will send it over to you. So you want to have the hook, space it out, have some intrigue, space it out, a little bit more storytelling elements, space it out, have your body that's adding the value, your insights, your opinion, your leadership voice. And then you want to have a call to action. So asking a question, really making it easy for people to engage in that post with you. And then space again and add those particular hashtags that are relevant to the topic that you're discussing. And if you do all of those things, you should have a successful text post. So if you make a post today or tomorrow based on the LinkedIn Advent Calendar series, the lawn people. So I'm going to wrap this up. You can tag me in the comments or in the post, and I will be sure to hop on and support you through that process. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out in the direct message, and I will be happy to get back with you. I will be back tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. To talk about our next pointer, which is I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a behind the scenes of my upcoming signature course, the Be Found First Job Search Accelerator for Career Misfits. So not all who wander are lost. And this is a group course that I've been working on for quite some time. And through my coaching and my recruiting experience, the BFF method is that behind the recruiter insights, the focused and fulfilling job search strategy with the last F, which is fabulous self-love. So with that, I'm Anna Morgan. I am complete. I will see you all tomorrow morning, bright and early. Bring your coffee. It is going to be amazing. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.